What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and we got a new poster released for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, which is coming to Netflix, and also along with that, we got another surprise announcement that not only is it coming to Netflix in May, but it is also going to be released in select theaters, which was a big surprise to a lot of people, and it just got more people talking about Warner Brothers and slamming Warner Brothers, because Netflix relationship with Zack Snyder is very different than the one that Warner Brothers has had. And you see Mercury over here at the Snyderverse calling this out. Look at this. Army of the Dead is going to be huge for Netflix. It has all the right ingredients for a global hit. And they're pulling out all the stops too, which is Zack's reply here, his post on Vero. Hashtag Army of the Dead in select theaters May and on Netflix May 21st. And yes, I said in fucking theaters, glorious. And he posted something that was very interesting, especially in regards to the difference between Warner Brothers, who is doing everything they can to ignore what fans want, ignore what their creators want to do, and continue to just screw up each and every property that they own. Look at the comparison here. Netflix versus Warner Brothers. This is Netflix. This is an interview where Zack was talking about Army of the Dead, which was in production hell at Warner Brothers for nearly 10 years. We were in a meeting at Netflix, and I was talking about some of these scripts I was working on, and I mentioned the idea to Netflix head of original films, Scott Stuber, and he was like, that is a movie. Go write that movie and let's make it. I was like, what do you mean now? And he's like, go write it tomorrow and we'll shoot it next week. Versus, the things you're limited to when you're working with Warner Brothers. I'll just be frank. The studio didn't want me to shoot anything new. One of the rules of making the Snyder Cut was that the studio said no shooting of any kind. And then I just, of course, shot stuff anyway because suddenly, wait, there's rules now on this? I didn't know. That seems unfair. It's called Snyder Cut. And frankly, there are those caveats because there were a lot of things, I won't list them here, that the studio did not want me to have in my version of the movie. And I think, frankly, that was all just because they have their own cinematic universe, and that's great, and they were afraid that what I did might, because they consider the theatrical cut as canon, and my cut is the Elseworlds, other kind of cul-de-sac. We know the terms. So obviously people really started talking about Warner Brothers yesterday because Netflix does seem to have a big hit on their hands with Army of the Dead, something that they're doing everything they can to promote. They're even putting it in theaters, and it just seems like a good working relationship as opposed to Warner Brothers. Now, I've had my problems with Netflix before in many ways. Talked about that on my other channel. Some of the things they decided to put out there I did not really agree with. But that being said, when you look at this individual circumstance, it's very, very interesting. And you can see this even on a random day, today. Hashtag Restore The Snyderverse at over 100,000 tweets for some random reason. Now, credit where it's due to Godzilla vs. King Kong. Continue the Monsterverse is also trending at 20,000 tweets, so congratulations to them. But as Mick D points out, isn't this supposed to be the Lizard 8 movie weekend? All the hype out there is still for Zack Snyder, and it's glorious to see. And it makes a lot of sense. Look at these numbers from Becky at BeckyBond007. Zack Snyder's Justice League was the most watched movie in the US during its release weekend. And you can take a look here. Look at that market share. 7.8% of movies watched effectively over that 3-day period, that 4-day period, were Zack Snyder's Justice League. The next closest thing is Yes Day, Coming to America, which was newly released on Amazon Prime. Less than 1% of the share. That is absolutely insane that Zack Snyder's Justice League is that much higher than everyone else. Now, I don't think this counts Falcon and Winter Soldier because that is a TV release, but we do know that Zack Snyder's Justice League handily beat Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You can see, ironically, the theatrical cut of Justice League made its way up there, whether it's because people are actually looking for that or they found it per happenstance. Very interesting indeed. Wonder Woman 84 at 0.4%. But Zack Snyder's Justice League is absolutely crushing it. For Warner Brothers continue to try to ignore all these fans out there that are asking them to restore the Snyderverse is so laughable. And it really puts in perspective the difference between Netflix and Warner Brothers when they're both working on these movies with Zack Snyder. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.